Child sexual abuse is a difficult and an uncomfortable topic for many to discuss, but it is one we must address head on if we are going to stop these horrendous acts that happen every single day. Sexual abuse is one of the most devastating forms of abuse, especially to our children. It robs them of their childhood. It removes their ability to trust, and it makes it harder for them to feel. The children carry the scars of this abuse with them forever. The abuse affects their interactions with society, impacts their education and careers, and often leads to substance abuse and mental health issues later in life. And it happens more frequently than any of us would like. The statistics suggest that 1 in 10 Kentucky children will be abused before the age of 18. 1 in 10 Kentucky children will be sexually abused before the age of 18. Nearly 70% of all reported sexual assaults occur to children 17 and under. Last year alone, Child Protective Services documented 1,850 child sexual abuses in Kentucky, and that is vastly, vastly underreported. Why is it underreported? Because so many of these children are abused by someone they love, someone they trust. Because many are threatened by their abuser. Because many parents and families can't believe that it would happen within their family and within their community. And because so many don't know and haven't been educated to recognize the signs. And because we, as a community in Kentucky, have forgotten that not only is reporting child abuse our moral obligation, it is our legal duty. Every single Kentuckian has a legal duty to report child abuse. The Office of Attorney General takes this personally. I take this personally. I know the First Lady takes this personally. In the 2 years before I came into my office, they worked hard, and they removed over 30 child sexual predators from the streets. I'm happy to say in our first month, we've already removed 8, including an indictment the other day of a Somerset firefighter. I've also worked to close child sex abuse loopholes, and my office is getting directly involved with fighting human trafficking, especially child sex trafficking. I'm committed, but we know that to empower communities to make the type of difference to end child abuse, it's going to take education. It's going to take training. And the best way for us to ultimately stop what is an epidemic is through education and collaboration. That's why the Office of Attorney General and the First Lady are partnering with multiple state and nonprofit entities to provide a series of child sexual abuse prevention trainings for professionals and families. This represents one of the largest cooperative partnerships that we have seen to date, and we're just getting started. I can tell you, since we started putting this announcement out, we have already been contacted by other groups, which is a great thing. What you're seeing here today is going to build. We are going to get bigger and bigger every year to come together and to collaborate so that all our nonprofits, all our government entities, anyone else who is interested can work together in a cohesive approach to addressing this issue. This year's partners, I'm pleased to announce, and you can raise your hand if you will, the Child Sexual Abuse and Exploitation Prevention Board, the Kentucky Association of Child Advocacy Centers, the Department for Behavioral Health and Intellectual Disabilities, Prevent Child Abuse Kentucky, the Department for Criminal Justice Training, and the Child Victims Trust Fund. Child Victims Trust Fund is partially funded by checking a box on your taxes. I'd remind people to do that and ordering those amazing license plates. Just one plug today. We together will promote 3 types of trainings at sites all across this Commonwealth. No matter where you live, you're going to have an opportunity. Speaker, I'd love you to, if you'd come up and join us. I want to thank Speaker Stumbo for being here. Our goal is to reach as many professionals, teachers, and parents as possible so that we can mobilize and motivate our Kentucky community. The first training, which are all listed on this board over here, What Child Sex Offenders Can Teach You, is an 8-hour training that will be offered in each of the 15 area development districts in conjunction with our child advocacy centers. Trainings will take place throughout 2016 and feature Corey Jewel Jensen, a nationally recognized child advocate and co-director of the Center for Behavioral Intervention. I have been to one of her presentations. It is powerful, and it will help our professionals and our parents prevent child abuse. The training focuses on protecting children from molester selection, engagement, and seduction, and it utilizes advice, even through the form of video, from the child sex offenders themselves. It is powerful. The series is geared towards prosecutors, social workers, law enforcement, victims advocates, mental health providers, medical personnel, educators, religious affiliates, and other allied professionals. That's training 1. Training 2 is called Protecting Our Children, Advice from Child Molesters. That will again be presented by Mrs. Jensen. This training, which occurs on 2 days, May 4th and 5th, is what's called a Train the Trainers program. What that does is it's going to bring in 2 representatives, one from law enforcement and one local prevention advocate from each area development district, to learn how to train others in their district. This is how we take best practices. This is how we take the best knowledge that we've got and move it out, how one training becomes dozens and hundreds. Our third training, Using Technology to Keep Children Safe from Sexual Abuse and Exploitation, addresses the issue of online child sexual abuse. This is an important and ever-growing issue. In recent years, there's been a 1,264% increase in internet sex crimes. And at any given time, they estimate that there are over 500,000 child sexual predators online. Think about that, 500,000. This training by Prevent Child Abuse Kentucky is a 2-day Train the Trainer scheduled for May 18th and 19th in Lexington. But following the training, the program will be available online for everyone's use. My office is certainly going to be encouraging parents all throughout the Commonwealth to make use of the Internet Safety Toolkit that they will be providing online so that you can know what your kids are doing and what the threats are. In an age where even apps designed for young children can allow different people to communicate, we have to know what's out there, and our parents have to know the dangers their kids face. As the dad of a 5- and a 6-year-old, it's something that I'm keenly aware of, and I want to make sure that we address. Training and partner information on all 3 trainings can be found on our website, ag.ky.gov, under the Family Branch, Office of Child Abuse. Reducing child abuse, reducing child sexual abuse will take all of us working together. And today, this collaboration is important news because it's one of the first time that this number of folks are coming together to try to offer something comprehensive all across the Commonwealth. And I hope today is just the first of what will grow bigger and bigger every single year. In fact, we've got a lot of child advocates that are in the room today that might not be directly involved this year, but I appreciate you all being here. It shows how much you care, and we look forward to partnering with you. We can save our children from a lifetime of fear. We can save our children from a lifetime of harms. We can save them from that scarring, but only if all Kentuckians realize and remember that preventing child abuse isn't just our moral obligation, it's the law. It's your legal responsibility. Thank you all so much for being here. I know that the First Lady has another engagement, and we appreciate you being here. Thank you.